All right, so let's begin today's class. Welcome everyone to Simply Organic Beauty Salon Summer School Week 3, Salons Go Social. I know this is probably one of the most popular topics that we had everyone enroll in, so I'm very excited to share some of my tips and tricks with you. Again, this is all focused on your local business as a salon, so I think you're really going to find it helpful. All right, and then for our new faces, I just want to quickly introduce myself. My name is Ashley. I'm the marketing director at Simply Organic Beauty. And my awesome comrade over here is Rebecca Gregory, and she's our education director. Unfortunately, Rebecca is actually out today. She's in New York working on some very fun, exciting education things for our color lines. So can't tell you too much about that yet, but that's why Rebecca isn't here today. But don't worry, she'll be heading up the rest of our classes. So again, if you're new to Salon Summer School, 7 weeks, 7 classes, 1 master plan to change your salon for the better. So we're on week 3. And for those of you who don't know who Simply Organic Beauty is, we are the largest distributor of organic salon products, I believe, in the world at this point. We don't just serve our industry, we proudly shape it. We're constantly doing crazy things to make the industry better. We launched the first ammonia-free color line. We had a shampoo that would biodegrade and grow a tree. So just doing tons of free education is also in our wheelhouse. So that's kind of what we're about. So again, I'm going to go through that master plan that I love to go through every week, just so everyone knows what page we're on. So there's really 4 ways that you increase your business, okay? So you're increasing your number of clients, so attracting new clients, and social media is going to be a really big part of that today, in particular Instagram and Facebook. So that's where we are today, week 3, social media, focusing on increasing our number of clients. Last week, we did rankings and reviews with Google and Yelp. And the week before, we did salon website design. All those classes are available for viewing at any time. So if you need the link, feel free to put it in the question box. I will make sure it gets addressed. The second way to boost your business is increasing your average transaction, so boosting client value. So this is about increasing your average ticket value, perhaps selling retail, or upsell and services. So we're going to be focusing that on week 6. The third is increasing the purchase frequency. So how do we incentivize repeat purchases and keep those clients coming back? Social media, week 3 also plays a big part in that. So we'll be focusing on some of those things today. I know one of my questions was, how do I get my current clients to engage with my social media content and my blog content? And a lot of that is going to be addressed. And the fourth and final one is increasing your business efficiency, all about working smarter, not harder. And this will be towards the end, hiring and training, and Salon Suite Week, which I just want to let you guys know that's for everyone. It's all about tax optimization and geeky business things that will just increase your profits without having to do any extra work. So let's get started with week 3, Salons Go Social. So everyone always asks, which social network should I be on? Well, I'm a big believer in quality over quantity. I don't think that it's really that good to be spread so thin everywhere. So that's why mostly today I'm going to be talking about Facebook and Instagram, because I feel those are the most profitable for salons and stylists due to their visual components and popularity. So again, Facebook and Instagram. So just some fun Facebook facts for you real quick and why you need to be there if nowhere else. It's the largest active social network in the world. It has 2 billion users now, 2 billion. So that's quite a lot. I don't think anyone even comes close. So some Facebook facts. 82% of the users are 18 to 29 years old. I'm sorry, 82% of people ages 18 to 29 use Facebook. 79% of people 30 to 49 use Facebook, and 56% of users over 65 that are online use Facebook. I know everyone got really excited when their grandma and grandpa entered Facebook. So, but you know, little old ladies need to get their hair done too. They're your most loyal clients. So don't neglect Facebook. And you really want to think about who your customer is. If you're not in an area that has a lot of youth-driven hairstyles and Instagram activity, Facebook is probably where you need to be. So, 6 elements of a successful salon Facebook page. Before we even get started talking about content and contests and strategies to help engage your Facebook page, I just want to make sure your page is set up properly. So make sure you have a complete profile. This is very important because if parts of your profile are incomplete, then there's a chance that Facebook won't even rank you as high as they should. So these things are having your contact info filled out, address, website, making sure your profile and cover photo are not only the right size, but engaging, and perhaps your salon logo or a picture of your salon. And to also make sure that your about page, this little story over here, is completely filled out. The more info you can have, the better. And if you can, make sure you claim your URL. A lot of salons I notice at the top, they won't claim their URL for their page. It's an easy thing to protect your brand and your salon's identity, and also make it very easy for people to find you in the future. So number 2 for your Facebook profile, make sure your messages are turned on. So I have a few things I want you guys to look at here in your settings when we're done with this webinar. So when you go to your business manager, under settings, messaging, you're going to see a couple of different things that you can do. So what I recommend you activating is prompt visitors to send messages. So if we go back to the slide before, you can notice right here, there was a little message that already popped up that had any visitor to tell them to go to Simply Organic Beauty's page and to send us a message. This is turning your browsers into buyers, or in our case, bookers. So we're already starting a conversation with possible clients, and we may not even be there, which is good. So you can customize that little message to pop up to be a greeting. So you can have it say anything you want, make it fit your brand voice, your salon vision. So for us, this is what our message was. Feel free to message us if you have any questions about our organic salon products or education. We're here to help. So like I said, this enhances your customer service and improves your page responsiveness rating. It's very important that you answer your messages in a timely manner. Facebook looks at that. And extra points if you personalize it. It's actually very easy. If you go in, you have writing your little template right here. All you have to do is hit add personalization, and it will hit the first name automatically. So you'll see mine, it says thanks for messaging us, Ashley. But I wanted to say a couple more things actually about this. So it's right under Response Assistant. So you can have auto replies turned on. You can even schedule a wait time. So if you know you're not going to be near your Facebook page for a while, perhaps you go on vacation and you're the only one that manages it, it'll be nice just to tell them you may be a little slower with getting back to them this week. You can even send follow-ups for people that book appointments with you. You have to have it integrated. And if you're interested in that, I can send you a little document on how to integrate that. Number 3 is to properly using that call to action button. If you were here for week 1, you heard me shout all about CTAs and call to action buttons. And when Facebook first rolled out this feature, I was so excited because it was just a very obvious way for people to contact you. So on our Simply Organic Beauty page, it's a learn more. But what I was recommending for salons, I think it would be even better to do book services, book now, or call now. And if you wanted to, you could use Learn Now to send them to your website as well. So, but I think book services or get in touch might even be more effective for salons. The 4th option here is to optimize your apps and tabs page. This is also done in the settings section. So you have your tabs and apps here. There's even ways to customize these apps. So you notice ours, we have a free OAH color info kit attached to ours. It's a little unique to our page. But you can also categorize these in whatever order you want under your settings. So you go to settings, edit page, and what you'll also find there are templates. And I think for salons, you should choose the services template. It highlights your services offers, reviews, and featured photos. Simply Organic currently has the business template, but I think this services one would be highly effective for salons. And it also lets you customize what order your tabs and apps go in. The fifth one is to verify your business page. So this isn't a salon, but it's just a consulting business service. And you can notice the little gray check mark. This means that your salon is verified, and it's really easy to do that. And if you were here for rankings and reviews last week, you'll notice that if you didn't verify your business with Google, then you wouldn't rank. And then if you don't verify your business with Facebook, not that you won't show up in search, but you won't be as visible. It's super easy. Just go to settings, general, and you'll verify by phone or by documents. Most of us will just use our phone, and it will increase your salon's visibility in search. And the sixth element, and we're going to break out even more into that, is to create and curate irresistible content. Now, what is irresistible content for salons, spas, stylists? We're about to break into that. Here's a little preview. So whenever I think of content, it really falls in about three categories for me. You're either learning something, loving something, or laughing. And those seems, I know it sounds like some crazy life motto, but that seems to be the golden thumb and the most simple way to categorize every piece of content you create. So I think I said this for salon websites on week 1, but transformations are so powerful for anyone in the service business of like physical appearance, even though we know as stylists we're making over much more than their hair, but they don't know that yet until they sit in your chair. So this one is actually from one of our clients in Alchemy Salon in Palm Harbor. So this is actually my lovely hairstylist. Her name is Heather. This was one of her clients, and when I went to see her this weekend, she told me that this post alone got her 5 new clients. 5 new clients. And the major photo wasn't even the beautiful hair that you see on the right. It was this scary, damaged, almost shock value type of photo on the left. So, I mean, she gave us a little story about what happened before coming in. Luckily, Heather was able to really save the day. But yeah, she told me 5 new clients, and she didn't put any money on Facebook ads, didn't boost anything. Just 5 new clients from this post alone. So transformations, they really show potential clients what you can do. So highly recommend those. Salon happenings. So when I was doing research I went to 100 salon Facebook pages, and I found one of the #1 things that we're engaged with the most is post about your own local business. So we have Smoke and Mirrors Salon. They kind of became my poster child of this. When their team did Fashion Week with Original and Mineral, one of our lines, they posted about it, and everyone was super happy for them. Their grand opening party got a lot of engagement because everyone wants to support local businesses, and you'll probably get a bunch of shares, and any type of events that you're having, it's always important to put them on Facebook. And then when they won an award, they also put that on. So anything that has to do with your local business, because to be quite honest, Facebook organic reach, which is just natural reach without putting any ad money behind it, is getting quite abysmal. It's actually quite difficult to get in people's news feeds. So when you start using the power of your local business and local people, you'll start to see an uptick in your engagement. Because if you're celebrating your staff and your salon and all of your accomplishments, it's very likely that their friends are going to share it too and congratulate them and like it. So just keep that in mind. Of course, service results, very important to show what you and your staff can do from a technical point of view and how beautiful. So we have Artistry Salon at Coconut Point with this beautiful strawberry blonde hair. And Smoke and Mirrors, even though this was an announcement for their website, the image was extremely captivating because it was for their first photo shoot. So service results and just showing, again, what you can do if you don't have transformation photos. I know sometimes clients can be a little picky about the before picture going on social media. So this is a great option if they won't let you put that before picture. Products and offerings. What better way to draw people in than with new products and services that you're offering? So I have these two images from Rel Salon and the soon-to-be Creature Studio in Atlanta. So they took some eye-catching pictures of their products from OA and had a little blurb about their new products that are in, and it just gives people a reason to come back and visit. So if you're always posting new and exciting things, services, products, it's a great way to get people in your door. And they don't actually always have to be new products, but you could just choose a product to spotlight that week, do a little learning and education on it, and then I'll tell you, sometimes if you even want to do a Facebook Live with one of your product of the weeks and show the results on one of your clients, if it's quick and to the point, it can be very effective for people coming into the salon to go and buy that product from you. So that's a bit of a retail tip, but instead of necessarily gaining new clients, you're kind of engaging your current ones that like your Facebook page. So again, going on that learning, loving motto that I talked about earlier. It's also a place to show your expertise beyond your techniques and what you can do. So depending on your demographic and who your salons are, they may like hearing about awesome articles and things that you can share with them. For instance, our holistic hairstylists, a lot of the times they attract holistic minded people who want to know about the latest beauty ingredients and non-toxic alternatives. So links and news that are pertaining to your audience, maybe even local news, might be a great way. All these things should be tested. So again, loving, part of one of our mottos, inspiration and values. So quotes always do well on social media. I went to a social media conference a couple of years ago and I heard the director of Nike talk, and she said, quotes will stop being a part of our social media strategy when the human race no longer loves quotes. And I don't think that'll be anytime soon. So quotes that are uplifting and inspiring, those always seem to go a long way. So I know you may be thinking, well, those are all wonderful content types that you've probably tried and seen before, but they're still not getting engagement. Why is that? So EdRank is Facebook's algorithm, and an algorithm is the way they weigh if they're going to show your photo or not. It's based on, or not just your photo, but any Facebook post. It's weighed on over 100,000 factors at this point. It used to be much more simple, but I've been able to break it down to you in 4 digestible pieces, and it's not as complicated as it looks. But your post newsfeed visibility will go off of 4 things. The creator, so it's going to matter of the interest of the user if they're interested in what that creator made. Most of the times, family and friends weigh higher in Facebook's newsfeed algorithm than business pages. So it's important to still be posting on your personal profile as well, perhaps sharing from your business page to your personal. P for post, the post performance amongst other users, so how it's doing. Is it getting engagement? Is it getting comments? Is it getting likes? Is anyone liking what you're putting out there? The type of post, videos, links. I showed you guys a couple of different types of posts to try out on your Facebook pages. And it's going to matter what the end user interacts with. So if you have a couple of clients that always interact with video, they're probably going to see your video. If you have clients that interact with links, they're probably going to see your links. So it also matters the type of content that you put out, what people like the most. So if pictures seem to do the best for you, then I would stick with that. And if videos do the best, that's good too. But I'm also a big fan of keeping a good content mix and trying out different things so it's not repetitive. And then R is for recency. It's how new is the post that was just posted. So at its core, those are the 4 factors that are going to weigh if your post gets seen or not. And like I said before, reach on Facebook for businesses keeps going lower and lower. So anything we can do to enhance engagement is going to be a good thing, and we're going to cover that next. So one of my tips is to post consistently. Spending 1 to 2 hours or even an hour every Sunday planning your post for the week seems like not a far stretch. And studies have said to really post no more than 1 to 2 times a day, or sometimes 1 to 4 times a week. And I'm a big fan of only posting your best content, quality over quantity. I know that as humans and not business pages, we get picked on for that, of only posting our highlight reel and all of the amazing things that happen. And they want people to be more authentic. Well, I think your business page is a place to only put your highlight reel. As authentic as it is, if things don't work out on a color correction, we probably shouldn't be posting that. So my tip there is to use Facebook's native scheduler. So I don't know if you know this, but you can actually schedule a post on Facebook. So you don't have to be there hitting go, hitting publish. And that's why I said aim at first to just do it a week ahead of time. So I could show you really quickly how to publish a post on Facebook, but I'm going to move on to the next tip just because it's super easy. Basically, when you're writing your post, instead of hitting post now, there's going to be a drop down arrow on the side and hit schedule. And then you're going to be presented with this possibility to schedule a post. So again, I would just aim for a week ahead of time. Just plan out your posts with some of your fantastic work or a new product or a service or a new staff member. And again, it doesn't have to be every single day. You could start out posting 2 times a week, 3 times a week. The main thing here, though, is consistency. And another tip is to post timely. So Facebook actually gives you the ability to look and see what your most peak hours are to post on Facebook. So you're going to go into your business manager under insights, and you'll see, and we'll skip to all my goodies ahead like we always do, when your fans are online. So for Simply Organic, it was 4 p.m. That seems to be our sweet spot. So this was answering, I forgot who asked me this question, but for how do I get people to engage with my post? So here's a few easy ways to try to get people to comment and share and to interact with what you're saying. So doing fill in the blank post. So this was, I thought, was a really cute one from a candle company. They actually flipped it into a contest, but it doesn't have to be. So your top tip for a stress-free holiday season is blank. Mine would be to only do online shopping, unless I was at the salon, of course. Caption this. I'm sure you've seen plenty of those with a funny picture, playing off that laugh motto, asking people to caption things. Asking a question. So it doesn't matter what it is really. If you enter or if you end it in a question, chances are people are going to answer. And that'd be a really super easy way to boost your post engagement. So this is a tip that I'm not sure if everyone's going to be able to implement, but I wanted to throw it out there just because of how Facebook's algorithm works. So we talked about how business pages really don't get too much interaction and love from Facebook these days. But if you have a bunch of loyal, passionate customers that are just ready to buy anything you have, I'm a big fan of creating a Facebook group just around you as a hairstylist. If you were working as a commission stylist at a salon, I'm not sure if this violates any of their terms of services or employment contracts, but especially if you're a booth runner or suite owner or just more of an individual stylist who's on the go, I'm a big fan of creating a Facebook group because then that also makes you location agnostic, which I know a couple people had questions about earlier. So you may be thinking, of course, like those are great content tips, but I don't have time. Where do I find the post? I'm not a graphic designer. How do I even create these? So one of my favorite easy graphic creation tools is called Canva. It's completely online. You don't have to download any hefty software. It's free until you start buying pictures, which they have a bunch of free images too. It's super professional and easy to use. So I would write this down. So if you're ever like, oh, I have openings or we're going to be closed on Monday for a holiday, I like Canva for just creating quick eye-catching images, and it's super quick. They have a bunch of templates too. So you don't even have to be a graphic designer to get all the lines straight. It pretty much does it for you. So tips for curating pictures. I'm sure as much of us like taking photos, I think one of the easiest things to do is just go to your actual product pages. So OA, Original and Mineral, like our jobs are to create eye-catching images all day. So why not just take our images and put it on your Facebook? It's an easy way to curate, and it doesn't put all this pressure on you to take pictures of new products every week. The only thing you're going to have to do is make sure you get pictures of your client's hair, which we have tips and tactics to make sure you remember to do that too. So, tips for taking consistent photos. So, one of my favorite ideas I saw a stylist do is have a salon selfie station for clients that were willing to let you photograph their hair. They had a consistent place to do it. So, a consistent background, good lighting, bonus points if somehow you can brand your salon in it, whether with a prop or just adding your logo at the end. I'm a big fan of doing salon selfie stations, especially because they kind of remind you to take a selfie for your client. And it's also could be fun for them too. So you can see how much fun this stylist is having at a Hairs to You salon. And then if you don't really want to create a selfie station, I think even just getting one of those little selfie lights that you can attach to your phone is a great option and super affordable. And you can just do it in your chair. But I am a big fan of consistency and to not have a huge noisy background, because then it just lets everyone focus on the hair. If you're an iPhone Plus user, you can use portrait mode to kind of blur out the background. And keeping that photo consistency really kind of leads us into Instagram. And it's important on Facebook, but I'd say it's even more important on Instagram, as Instagram is even more visually driven than Facebook. So, in case you didn't know this, Instagram is actually owned by Facebook. So they share a lot of the same data points, but it is the third largest social network with 700,000 users. Taking a little look at Instagram's insights, you can see it skews much, much younger. So I would be thinking about that when you're deciding where to put all your energies. If your goal is to attract a younger clientele, maybe you want to do unicorn hair more, I think Instagram will be a great place to start. And of course, that brings us to the foundation, and that's having an Instagram business page and not a personal page. So I've got 8 tips to make sure your profile is in tip-top shape. So there are many benefits to having an Instagram business page versus just using your personal. You get these awesome call to action buttons, which if you don't know by now, I love call to action buttons. So you have to make sure you have your address, website if you have one, a consistent feed in your email. So the reason why Smoke and Mirrors Instagram has a call, an email, and directions is because they have all that information provided. So again, phone number and an engaging bio. So, and then you also get analytics as an Instagram business page. But I have a little trick that I love to use on our own social media channels, and it's basically creates an extra call to action for people that are just browsing your profile. So if you notice on Simply Organic's page, I have my final line is a call to action to our new OA Trado linen spray, our new non-toxic spray from OA. So what it really does is draw attention to the latest thing that's going on in my newsfeed. So it helps to supplement some of the content we already have below. But for salons, the link below for you could be book your appointment now, get your free consultation. It just brings one more call to action and one more place for your potential client to reach you. So I'm a big fan of directing people to that website. Maybe if you're missing a couple of the other ones. So I've had a lot of stylists reach out to me and say that's been super successful for them. And again, just having a couple extra call to actions could mean anywhere from 1 to 5 new clients a week just by doing that. So now you know how your profile should be. Let's talk a little bit about Instagram engagement because it differs slightly from Facebook, but unfortunately, Instagram organic reach has been on the decline too. As you have more users and more competitive posts, it's bound to happen. But luckily, we have ways. So, same as Facebook, scheduling posts during peak Instagram activity. And you're going to look at your Instagram business profile for help with this. So you can see in the first shot here, the little square box at the top at the bar graphs, that's where your analytics are going to be. And then you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom once you're on the dashboard. And you can even go through each day, what are the most active times and hours and days. And you can even see your top locations, the demographics of male, female, age groups that like your page. So it really gives you insight. And like I said, having an official Instagram business page, I think is just much more powerful than having a personal page because you get those extra call to actions for your address, phone number, and of course the analytics that go along with it. So unfortunately, at this point in time, there isn't a native scheduler on Instagram like there is for Facebook. However, I have my favorite Instagram schedulers. These are tools that you can use to schedule Instagram posts ahead of time. But luckily, let's see here. Yeah, well, luckily they're mostly free until I think Planoly is actually, you have to pay for it, but later is free. I believe they have a Planoly iPhone app, and later I believe has Android and iPhone. So if you're on Android, I would look into later. So this is a straight way to schedule all of your Instagram posts ahead of time. The only thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to hit a couple buttons, but you can choose the picture and make the caption and the hashtags beforehand. And that's about as far as planning wise that Instagram's able to do right now. But I would just make it part of your 1 hour on Sunday when you do Facebook. So strategically using your hashtags is another tip. I think hashtags are much more powerful on Instagram than Facebook. I'm not opposed to using hashtags on Facebook, but they've proven to be not as effective for when they're used on Instagram. I always tell people I don't really have any shame in my hashtag game when it comes to Instagram because it's effective. So, art of the hashtag and doing hashtag research. I always recommend for local business owners to go local first. So I saw here Tampa Hairstylist has over 100,000 posts for that hashtag. Tampa Salon has less. But if you look at Atlanta Hair has more. Atlanta Hairstylist still has a decent amount. But I believe Atlanta Salons only had 45,000. So I would recommend when you're starting to use hashtags, if your goal in mind is to get more clients and not be featured on a page, is to go local first with your hashtags. And it's super simple. You can use a tool for it, but I honestly just like to go straight to the source, right into Instagram and search for the hashtags, just starting with the city or the region, and they'll already show you the most popular ones. So Tampa Hair, Tampa Hairstylist, Tampa Salon, Tampa Hair Salon. You could even get more niche with cities, especially if you're in a big area like Atlanta, where there's probably a lot of competition. You could probably niche it down even further. But my recommendation is to go local first if the point is to get new clients walking in your door. So one of my recommendations, which could be fun for you guys, is you could create your own hashtag. So it could be your actual salon, and I might denote it by your state if someone's already been using that hashtag, or it could be even a mission-driven hashtag. So Simply Organic, we use Holistic Hair Tribe as a supplemental hashtag because it's just what our community has deemed itself, and there's more of a message behind it than just our brand. But what you're seeing here is a client taking a selfie. So the best way to kickstart something like this, I would recommend doing a selfie contest in your salon. And you can do this on Facebook, not just Instagram. But it would be a fun way to start getting people to engage with you on Instagram or Facebook. So you could have them submit their selfies on a specific hashtag and have them tag you. And it will be a great way to start using that hashtag. And not to mention, it also breeds loyalty because whoever wins a selfie contest, maybe you give them a free makeover or a free product. It's just a good way for them to start spreading it to their community too. So selfie contest, in addition to the selfie station, they can probably go hand in hand if you're really looking to up your social game. So while we're on the topic of hashtags, recently Instagram kind of implemented this shadow ban feature. And I'm not trying to scare anyone because I know most of you won't fall into this category, but it's basically when an Instagram will shadow ban your profile and not let it show for the hashtags you chose. So you may think you're being seen, but you're actually not because they've somehow viewed you as spammy. And we're going to kind of go through some of the ways that you can prevent being shadow banned. And that's why I was saying choose your hashtags strategically and to not use too many because that is a sign of spammy behavior from Instagram. And I would rather get with those money hashtags first that are local. So again, you should really research a hashtag before you use it to make sure it's not inappropriate or already blocked. I actually did some research ahead of time for you guys, and it doesn't look like any beauty-related hashtags are blocked at this point. Women Crush Wednesday has some negative connotation with it to Instagram. A lot of the times, it's also when you're using really generic hashtags too that could look spammy. Like I think even like hair, makeup, it's a little too generic. And really, I don't know who you're going to really get in front of that you want to. There's probably so much competition on those hashtags. So that's why it's saying avoid using too many high density hashtags. So if you had hair in it for some reason, you may want to pair that with some not as high density hair hashtags. So, and then another tip is to keep your hashtag sets fresh. So instead of using all the Atlanta hair related and beauty related hashtags first, maybe you try a couple and then sprinkle in some other ones that you want to use, like Simply Organic Beauty or Holistic Hair Tribe or American Salon, Behind the Chair, wherever you're trying to be featured. So diversification and a variance of hashtags is always good. And who knows, maybe there's some more local hashtags that you can jump on that aren't necessarily beauty related. So they also recommend that you avoid editing your captions after you posted a photo, but I'll be honest, I haven't really found much negative feedback from doing that. If you have a mistake or something wrong in your caption, don't be afraid to change it. I don't think Instagram's going to shadow ban you over editing your caption. They also recommend putting your hashtags in the caption and not the comments anymore. Again, I've seen mixed reviews on that as well. So a lot of these things, just like Facebook, I recommend you guys test. And then if you've ever received an email from Instagram to reset your password, be careful. Sometimes that could be a hacked or phished account, but usually not. But people that do fall for it can sometimes fall victim to the shadow banning only because someone has gotten access to their Instagram. Another thing that's not on this list, but I do want to make a note of it is I don't think it's very beneficial to buy followers or likes. It's going to make it really hard to measure how well you're doing and how many actual people are liking your things if you buy followers and likes. So I don't recommend that. Fake followers does not equal more customers for the most part. I mean, no, we may think it gives us some authority, but when someone has 100,000 followers and only 10 likes on their picture, I think actually clients could learn to see right through that. That was a question that Stylist had for me a couple weeks ago, and I told her I was very against it. Keep it authentic, keep it true. If your content is good and your work is good, which I know it is, you're not going to have to buy likes. Again, we're always going to preach the quality over quantity. I know we all get wrapped up in how many likes did my picture get, and it somehow is attached to ourselves as artists and our worth, but I wouldn't get caught up in that. So another way to boost that engagement is in your post, ask for the action. So another call to action to get them to do what you want them to do, whether that's call you, book an appointment, ask for it in the post, or like your post. Don't be afraid to ask for it. If they don't know what to do next, I mean, they may just like your picture, but then not have even thought about, oh, I should go book an appointment or at least go check out their salon website. So you'll see very commonly on Instagram, link in bio, just because it's a good way to remind people that there is an outcome on the outside of this awesome picture. So another way to make sure you stay afloat in people's feeds, and Instagram will also rank your pictures better, is using Instagram stories. So this is a newer feature, and if anyone's a Snapchat user, you'll see a lot of similarities. But I can tell you right now that between Instagram stories and Facebook stories, they are actually crushing Snapchat in terms of people using it. So if you've ever felt the need, do I need to be on Snapchat and Instagram and Facebook and Twitter? Again, quality over quantity. And I think Instagram has released this feature to kind of compete with Snapchat. And I don't think you really need to be there. Plus Snapchat, their user demographics are really, really young. So I'm not sure. It depends where you are and who your demographic is. But the biggest age group, I think, is age 13 to 18. So my advice to you is quality over quantity with your social networks. So this is a little preview of what an Instagram story looks like. I'm sure your head is spinning with the fun ideas that you could be doing at your salon. So maybe you have an event going on, something fun, but you didn't necessarily grab an awesome picture or don't know when to take a picture. I think a story is a great way to capture all the action. And with this new algorithm rollout from Instagram, it's really made your captions be more important than ever. So it's all about the right caption and writing engaging ones. So in case you didn't know what a caption was, it's right below the image here. And on Instagram, it's actually been proven that using emojis enhances engagement. And I think a lot of it is like there's nice colors to break up your text, and just we're all quick to use emojis to express our emotions. So emojis have been proven really effective to use in your caption. And then again with the CTA, try to do it in the first couple sentences because Instagram will cut off your message eventually. I was reading a bunch of articles and studies that was saying under 155 characters was best, but I see a lot of engagement sometimes from people that really put their heart into their captions. So my suggestion is if longer captions are working for you and you'll be able to know from analytics, then stay with it. Stay with it. So another way to boost your engagement and reach is tagging other profiles. So tagging, if it's local, you could be tagging other businesses that may be doing an initiative with you or your brands and your products. So sometimes if you're tagging Oway or Original and Mineral in your Instagram, like a lot of the times we're just posting hair and we don't have a lot of time to talk about all the products, but tagging Original and Mineral or Oway North America in your Instagram gives your audience some time to go check out the products that you're carrying and kind of what you're promoting and what you believe in. So plus a lot of the times these brands have a lot of followers and you could end up in the explore section of Instagram. So those are altogether my 10 secrets of a stunning salon social media strategy with a focus on Instagram and Facebook. There's so many things, niche topics that I would love to go into. In particular, I've decided that after this class, I'm going to roll out a bonus session on doing Facebook ads and Instagram ads, but mostly Facebook, because it's one thing I wanted to show you today, but it's a little more in depth. So I think just having a whole session dedicated to Facebook ads would be really beneficial for everyone, because don't be afraid of them. They're not scary. There are ways to not spend a lot of money and have a very high return. So we will be doing that in a bonus session at the end of Salon Summer School. My goodness, did I rack up the questions or what? Let's see here. But yes, that is the end of our presentation today. I'm sorry that there were no slides in the beginning, everyone. I was just podcasting over here, acting like you guys could see my screen. So somebody asked, what do you mean about not changing your account from a personal to a business account? There was a recommendation going around with the Instagram shadow ban to not change your personal to a business account if that is what you wanted to do. But I don't necessarily believe in that. Again, all of the features you get with an Instagram business account far outweigh the personal features, which is pretty much nothing except a link. So that's what I meant, Linda, by that. All right. Someone else wants to know. All right. Lovely session. Thank you so much. Please send a link for last week. I will do that, Bella. I will send you and Jamie and Pamela the link from last week as well. If there's any questions that popped up during the session, feel free to put them in the question box now as I answer them. I did a selfie contest with my clients once and it worked really well. We got 20 new clients. Awesome, awesome, Spencer. So I'm sure the selfie contest and the hashtag that goes along with it, it's definitely something I've seen salons do in the past successfully. So I highly recommend giving it a shout, especially since you guys are looking for ways to naturally increase your engagement. You're welcome, April. I hope you found it very, very helpful, especially with your new location. I know it's rocking. If we had a fake review on our Facebook page, is there a way to get rid of it? Unfortunately, there really isn't a way to get rid of negative Facebook reviews. And like I said, you can report it to Facebook and try to go through the motions that way to prove it's a negative review. But I haven't heard too much success, unfortunately, with using it. Like I said, you may want to do a positive review campaign within your salon to kind of bump that negative review down. So having your own people review it, your best customers. If you really wanted to rack in the reviews, like I said, doing some kind of small discount or free sample product once they show you the review. That would be a very effective way, Marnie, to get rid of that fake negative review. But like I said, try it through Facebook first. And if not, I would go with something else. What do you like to use for reposts? So, Erin, I don't really care for the repost app, actually. I think it's my aesthetic eye that doesn't care for it too much. What I'll end up doing for repost is I'll just tag the person organically. So I'll say repost via @magicmaker. I just feel like it just looks better on the feed and it still gives the artist credit for their work. You've been using Buffer. Yeah, I like Buffer. I like Buffer, but I actually like them for scheduling tweets the best. And I don't think I'm not a huge fan of Twitter these days. There's not a lot of action going on there. But while we're at it, let me at least recommend this to you guys. At least go grab the URLs for these other social networks. So Pinterest, Twitter for honorable mentions. I would just go grab the URL and remember the password and keep it in a document just in case you ever want to use it in the future. But again, I think Facebook and Instagram have been good. We can check out what we missed in an hour, correct? Well, this class will be available for viewing in 24 hours along with a blog post to go with it that kind of outlines a lot of these tools that I talked about, like Planoly and Later for Instagram scheduling. Kim says, thanks so much. I have a social media guru. I will check all this info with her to make sure I'm doing it all. Great, great. And feel free if she ever wants to chat, and we can talk about all sorts of strategies to make sure everything is going well on your end. Can you please send me the link? Absolutely. Lisa Crane, I will send you the link for this week and last. But I have been getting an error. You've been getting an error from Buffer, Aaron, when you go to repost Instagram pictures? Is that what you meant by that? Oh, okay, cool. I answered that. Good. Yeah, Aaron, I just like doing it natively. I don't like any repost apps, especially when you have schedulers to do it for you. Yes, Linda, that handout I was talking about earlier will be in the blog article, which is in the email. Okay, I don't do Twitter. Yeah, I don't recommend doing Twitter too much. Please tell me how I get my URL. Okay, Lord, so you wanted to know how to get your Facebook URL? All right, I'll make sure I will send you a little 1-minute video on how you quickly go in and claim your Facebook URL. And I enjoy sharing a lot of product posts from OA. Is that okay? Of course it is. You're a customer. Of course, please, like I said, I want to make your lives easier. We at Simply Organic Beauty and OA North America, we spend all of our time, creating beautiful posts, and so please feel free to use them for your salon. In fact, I wish that we could even put them in a nice little repository for you to use at any time. I actually encourage you all to go on Simply Organic Beauty and OA and steal those images and use them on your salon website, because if we're successful, you're successful, and I just want to share in the love. Okay, Yelly, I'll make sure I send you the link to this week's session and last week. I should also make this point too, that every single week, 24 hours afterwards, you guys are all sent an automated email with the replay. So unless you joined Salon Summer School this week, all of those replays should be in your email. If they're not, let me know. I'm still going to send all of my lovely people, Jamie, Bella, Lisa, Yelly, a link to the replay from last week and this week. But just know, 24 hours after this session ends, it's going to be out in an email. And you'll see it on our Facebook page too. Do you have any suggestions for web creation, from Bella? So if you're talking about websites, Bella, I do have some suggestions for you. I really went in depth first week on Salon Website 101 on what makes a successful salon website. My biggest recommendations are Squarespace, Wix, and WordPress. They all have various experience levels attached to them. But I have found for Stylist, excuse me, guys, my voice has been failing me this week. Squarespace has actually been really effective. It's a really easy turnkey system to manage your salon website. So I would look into Squarespace. I'm a big fan. And if not that one, Wix. You're welcome, Lords. Just made my profile for Instagram a business. Looking forward to see what it will do. Awesome, Carrie. Just make sure you fill out those addresses and your phone number and your email, just giving yourself all those different points of contact. So, but congratulations, you now have an Instagram business profile. You're welcome. Great. Well, if that ends our questions for today, let me make sure I didn't miss any from the very, very beginning. As I believe someone asked me if they could blog on Instagram. Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for joining me. So, can you blog on Instagram? Well, the definition of a blog is more of a standalone website. And what I would recommend doing is having a blog perhaps attached to your salon website or personal hairstylist brand website, and pushing people to that via some of the ways I suggested in today's class. So maybe you could tease a blog post. Like, let's say you wrote a blog article, 5 non-toxic swaps for summer, and they were just product suggestions for your clients to detoxify their life this summer and things like that. What I would do is I would create a post that with a really eye-catching picture, that kind of teases them into that, maybe with the products, and then tell them within the first 2 sentences to go to the link in your bio. And I didn't mention this for the Instagram stories, but they just rolled out a feature that you can directly go to the website from Instagram stories by swiping up. So there's a little link icon in the upper right-hand corner of when you're doing an Instagram story, and you just paste the link right in there. And then when people swipe up, then they'll go straight to that web page. So that would probably be a more effective way of officially blogging. But if it's just about journaling your journey or your work, I think Instagram is a great place to do that. It doesn't cost you anything. There's not a lot of maintenance involved. It already has great visibility. So I think you can definitely build up a nice portfolio on Instagram and definitely get a bunch of clients. So if that's what we meant by blogging, I think you can sort of do it on Instagram, but if you want a standalone website blog, I would try driving traffic to it in those ways that I've just mentioned. Yes, see you next week, Marie. Thanks so much. The reason why I'm asking is because they have those 2 options. Okay, so Laura's is a really good question. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I was trying to do my website on Wix, but I'm leasing a suite. Do you suggest going into a stylist or a hair salon? Are you talking about for the category section, Lords? Okay. Honestly, I think either or work. If you're not sure you're going to be there very long, you could just stick with hairstylist. And then if you get a salon in the future, switch it to hair salon. To start, okay, and Carrie asked to start a website. Which one would you use? Again, I think for stylist, it would be Squarespace. I just think it's super easy. You're not going to have to pay a developer or a designer. You can pretty much do it yourself. And Wix is also kind of drag and drop like that also. So my recommendation would be Squarespace or Wix if you're going to do it yourself. Now, WordPress does have its advantages. It tends to rank well or better in Google than, let's say, Wix. It's just the structure of the platform is built better, but there's a lot of, there's a lot more maintenance that goes with that. There's much more cost. And if we're just trying to be nimble and just have a nice salon website where people can book appointments, I'm a big fan of Squarespace or Wix. You're welcome, Amber. Thank you so much. Have a great week. All right, everyone. Now that my voice has officially dropped a couple octaves, I'm still here though, answering questions. So feel free. And then if you're someone that's going to need, let's see, who person? Erin says, as a layperson, I tried WordPress too hard. Love Squarespace. Yes, yes, there's a learning curve with WordPress. Even for people that studied website design and things like that, there's still a learning curve with WordPress for sure. Yes, thank you so much, Lisa. Yes, next week we're going to be doing client love and loyalty. This is going to be all about retaining those clients. So if we go back to those 4 ways you grow your business, we were talking about repeat purchases, and this is going to be a lot of what we cover next week with client love and loyalty. So doing actual rewards programs and good ways to incentivize clients to come in, even in these slow summer months. So make sure everyone stays tuned for that. Yeah, absolutely. If you guys have any team members that want to join us, this Salon Summer School is completely free. All you have to do is go to our Facebook page, Simply Organic Beauty, and it's the first post pinned at the top where you can enroll in all classes in a single click. So, and then Lisa, we also have, I believe it's week 6 or week 5. It's week 5. We're doing a how to build your own salon dream team. So how to attract the right culture that you're looking to build, talent and keeping them, which is always so hard in this industry because once everyone builds a book, a lot of times they heave ho, and we can understand that. But yeah, there's arguments on both ends. But during week 6, we're going to be doing how to build your dream team. And I'm a big believer, I believe it was Richard Branson that first said it. And I know I have a couple of my team members on this webinar, and they'll know exactly what I'm about to say. But you want to train your people so well that they can leave you and treat them so well that they don't want to. So a lot more during next week. All right, everyone. Looks like I still have a decent amount of people on. So if you have any more questions, even about previous weeks, I am all yours. Look at this as your free Q&A coaching session for your salon business. Yes, exactly. I wish I could take credit for that quote I just said, but Richard Branson, I believe. Is it okay to put your stylist on as administrators on your Facebook page? Great question, Pamela. So dive into that a little further because you can actually restrict a lot of what they can do. When I first started doing Facebook marketing about 7, 8 years ago, there wasn't a way to do it. You either had to be an admin or not. But now you can make your stylist editors or moderators, and what this will do is prevent them from having too much power, so to say. And you can really kind of block off what they can and cannot do through those different page roles. So I would look into that. And I think as long as you're using something that has a little bit of restraint on their power, I wouldn't see a problem with it. Facebook has really built out their business end to accommodate businesses who need extra help. And the only way you can really do that is by giving them power through those page roles. So page roles, make sure you look at that in the admin section in the settings of your business manager. Yeah, unfortunately, they don't have that feature for Instagram. So if you do give anyone, like any employees, access to your Instagram, it may be a little more difficult. But who's to say if they want to, if everyone wants to contribute, I would definitely condone that. Like if you had everyone submit their best work of the previous week with a caption, makes your life a lot easier. So you could maybe do that, like have them send it to your email, and then you can put it in Planoly or later and schedule it out, or just natively on Facebook. I think that's a great idea to source from all of your girls and guys and people who do not identify as a girl or a guy. Facebook stories. What are my opinion on Facebook stories? I'll be honest. Facebook stories don't do it for me as much as Instagram stories, and that's because Facebook stories is there's already so much noise on Facebook, especially if you're on not on your phone, but you're just on desktop. I don't even notice the Facebook stories. And I just feel Instagram, it was a nice ad because there's not a lot of features like on Facebook. So I would still say if you're going to pick one or the other, stick with Instagram stories. Should I do a business profile for Facebook? Carly asks. Or Carrie, my apologies. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And not a profile, but a business page. And you can connect that to your personal profile. So then you're an admin of it, and you can, like I said, rein in anyone on the admin side as an editor, moderator. But no, I would absolutely create a Facebook business page. But what I wouldn't necessarily recommend is doing a additional profile that's not a business page, because then people have to request to be your friend. And I back in the day, I did see a lot of stylists start to do that to kind of game the Facebook algorithm because businesses weren't getting a lot of love. But it's just too much. And if Facebook realizes that it's a duplicate profile or a business acting as a personal profile, then you could get banned anyway. And then, of course, on those profiles, you don't have any access to analytics or ads or scheduling. So, just like Instagram, it makes so much more sense to just go to the Facebook business page side. And it's super easy to create a page. I may want to add that actually to my Facebook ads bonus training that I'm going to do. So, you just inspired me to add even more juice. Of course. Yeah, guys, there is no dumb or stupid questions here. We're all at different places in our journey with marketing and business, and some of us may not even have businesses yet, but we're just exploring the option. And but this is all relative, so please, that's why I started super basic with even some post suggestions that people have been doing for a while, but they just are effective. So please, no, they're ask away. That's what I'm here for. I am a stylist who owns a barbershop. Should I create my own page or add to the barbershop? If you are a separate business, I would create your own page. But if you are a stylist that just operates out of a barbershop, you may just want to fix some of your messaging and live on the same page, if that makes sense. A really good recommendation from a salon that does it well. I don't know if they're officially open yet, but their website is up. It's called Evergreen Organic Salon, but I believe their full name is Evergreen Salon and Barbering Co. And it was a nice way to marry. I think they're an adorable husband-wife team, and it was a great way to marry them together. And so you have a barbershop, but you also have a stylist on staff. So there may just be a little bit of a messaging revamp to do, and not necessarily changing the name of your business, but just posting more that you have a stylist on staff would be great. All right. Yeah, no, everyone, you're so welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know Monday is your day off, and going to salon summer school may have not have been how you want to spend your Monday, but I hope you found it super, super useful. And there's just so much more where this came from. Yeah, we have another month solid of trainings every Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're about to break into some very industry specific things as well, which I think everyone will enjoy. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to stay until the last person leaves today with your questions. So please feel free. I still plenty of people on staring at Rebecca and I's funny photo. Oh, I love it. People are taking action right on the webinar. Makes me so happy. What should I put for the category on Facebook? Because Carrie, because you can probably choose barbershop, and then a salon is the second option, right? Is that what you're getting confused about? Which one to put? So my question, or I'm sorry, my answer to you would be if you make most of your money right now from being a barbershop, I would be a barbershop because I know some men have stigma about going into beauty salons or hair salons, and until we kind of fix our messaging a little bit, we should probably stay with barbershop. But if you're feeling for it, I would go with hair salon over beauty salon because that might be more welcoming if you're between those two for your business category on Facebook. That's odd, Carrie. You should be able to choose between hair salon or beauty salon. I'll help you. I'll make sure I send you some more on that along with last week's training. Hmm. Yeah, Carrie, I'll have to help you set that up with the categories. Oh, are you setting it up on Instagram, Carrie, not Facebook? All right, yeah, okay, that's where we were getting our wires crossed. All right. Well, everyone, like I said, I'm going to be here until the last person leaves. Huh. Thank you so much, Alicia. I'm glad Salon Summer School, hate using the word push, but pushed you into wanting to explore some of our products and other things we do. And yeah, we actually have a lot of mobile hairdressers and booth owners and suite owners that use our products. And yeah, they've had a lot of success with them. And we don't have any minimums either. So you buy as much as you need to or as little. So your service from Simply Organic will not change. Yes, thank you so much. Man, everyone's full of gratitude today. You guys are making me feel so warm and fuzzy. Thank you. Yeah, thank you everyone so much for joining us. I think I've said thank you so many times, but you can never say thank you enough, right? All right, everyone. I'm still here. So if there's anything, if you're like Carrie and a couple others who are taking action right now on this webinar, feel free. Carrie, I'm gonna have to send you a little more on the Facebook through Instagram thing. But if anyone has any questions, I'm here for you. If I can't answer them right this very second because I need to see the platform or the dashboard, I'll make sure you get an email with everything you need. No worries. All right. And then there were 10. If you're still here, maybe you walked away from the computer because you had a client, or maybe you have some questions. Either way, I'm going to stay on just a little while longer. No rush if you just want to get your thoughts together. Yeah, no worries. No one's being difficult. I'm just going to have to look that up when I'm not on the webinar so I can just give you straight directions and instead of guessing at what the issue could be. No, no problem. You're number one on my list, though. Hi, Michelle. Let's see. Hi, this is Michelle Hagan. Is it audio only? No, Michelle, there are slides. However, in the beginning of our presentation, for some reason, it was not showing my slides. So, but don't worry if you missed it. There's going to be a replay in 24 hours, and that will be sent directly to your email. My apologies. Sometimes, are you listening on your phone by chance? Yeah, sometimes there seems to be a little bit of an issue when people tune in from their phones, but not to worry. There will be slides and other resources in the blog article that's going to be attached to the email that goes out tomorrow within 24 hours. You have my word. And then, oh, it's your computer. Well, hopefully everyone else was able to see my slides the whole time. Well, I apologize, Michelle. I will definitely get you the replay as soon as possible with the slides. Awesome. Yay. I love seeing people take action. Good job, Carrie. I'm sorry that I was still here and couldn't help you out directly. I see a few familiar faces that are still on. Hi, Linda. Perhaps, okay, Michelle, the microphone muted. Well, I think Your microphone might be muted just because you're in attendee mode. As much as I would love hundreds and hundreds of people asking their questions at the same time, I think that's what we're looking at there. Jennifer says, I'm going to a class in Austin, and is there any way they could bring all the handout worksheets to give me because I have trouble printing them? Jennifer, what class in Austin are you attending? Is this a small workshop through Simply Organic? I only ask because we don't have any national certification classes scheduled in Austin, so I just want to make sure I get you to the right salon, and I can absolutely give you these slides if you had trouble printing them. Oh, Jennifer, a 2-day in Austin. Do you know what salon it's at? I'm sorry for everyone. I'm just trying to figure out where I need to send Jennifer her goodies. Right. Do you know where it's going to take place in Austin? I'll have to check with our education team and see which location. It sounds like it's a private class. So I'll have to make sure we get it to you and whoever's teaching that class in Austin. All right, everyone. Jennifer, it's a great coverage. Oh, okay, Jennifer. You know what? I'm sending you a private message because it's a little bit of a mix-up, I think, there. Everyone else, I'm still here, but Jennifer, I'm going to send you a private message real quick. And then there were 9. If anyone has any questions, like I said, I'm going to be here until the last person, or at least until the last few people who are probably just walked away from their computer at the moment. Hi, Michelle. So the class has ended. I'm not currently showing any slides other than our thank you for joining us slides right now. I'm just going through a brief Q&A of any business related questions, specifically social media questions that anyone wants to ask me. So yeah, there's nothing exciting on the screen right now except me and Rebecca being silly during our salon summer school pictures. No, so no worries. Don't worry. I will send you the entire recording. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Michelle. I look forward to you being in the community too. I was hoping, I absolutely did this to help our customers, but we were hoping to reach as many stylists as possible, even if they hadn't tried our products yet, because obviously we're pretty product agnostic right now with these trainings. It's all business for these next couple weeks. Obviously, when we get into retail, we might have some retail specific advice that goes with organic products, but it's all pertinent and relevant to everything you're trying to accomplish in your salon today. So education is a really, really core part of our company. And when you do buy our products to become part of the community, you get assigned a dedicated account manager who is your sole point of contact and make sure your orders get through and on time, and provides you with access to all these free business trainings that we offer. We also have a dedicated support team, our lovely technical and education staff who are available 6 days a week via phone, via Facebook, or our online chat to help you in any way possible with the products, or of course, just with anything you need. Business education. We try to be a one-stop shop for anything you could possibly need in your business. So I look forward to you joining us as well. All right, everyone. Well, I'm down to our final 5 people, so I'm going to head out this afternoon. Last call for lovely questions. All right, looks like everyone else probably just walked away from their computers. So again, thank you so much for joining us, anyone who's left out there, and I will see you next week for client love and loyalty. And Rebecca will be back, and We'll also be having some guest appearances from some other Simply Organic Beauty members and employees who have worked with us to make everything so successful. So special shout out to them. And I will see you next week. Thank you.